Hello, everyone. I am super excited to have our guest today, Filomena Lofranco, founder of LDV CO. I am going to put a video on so you can check that out so that you can look at it full stream. She is
Staring at the
visionary
ceiling in the dark,
leader,
same old empty
blending
feeling in
over
your heart.
25 years
This love
of
comes slow
executive
and it
experience
goes so fast.
with her passion.
When you see her when you fall
You know what? I'm going to read
asleep,
her
but
bio.
never to touch and never to keep, cause you love to.
So Filomena Lofranco, founder of LDV Co., is a visionary leader blending over 25 years of executive experience with her passion for Italian culture. She curates luxury, meaningful travel experience that celebrates the dolce vita while empowering communities and supporting charitable causes through fashion and art and immersive culture events. I got to experience the event, and honestly, it was a delight. Honestly, if you see it coming up next year, please come get your tickets early. It was a full house. I am going to welcome Filomena Lofranco on here. Beautiful soul here. Hi, Filomena. How are you?
I'm great. Nice to see you again.
Yes. So I am so super delighted to have you on Biz Fashion. I was there at your event, and honestly, it was such a great experience that I got to experience. I felt like I was traveling to Italy. So
Wonderful.
tell us more about your event that you had.
Sure. So we had an event April 30th, so almost 2 months ago now. And really, it was a fashion show. I call it travel wear fashion show. So what we did is we took the audience to Italy. So everyone arrived in Rome, and it was, a little bit of theatrics, as you saw, and then the music and the videos and all that. And we took our audience visiting all types of places from the north all the way down to the south, and different things you can do, and of course different outfits that you could wear when you're traveling.
It was a great experience, honestly. So you had a lot of people there. So you ended up saying that you were going to have 150 or 250 or something like that,
Yeah,
and you
we
had
were just going to be over under 200. I think we aimed for 150, and we ended up just over 300 people, so it was a little bit larger than we had expected it to be. But we're very happy that everybody attended, and of course now we have a little bit of pressure for next year's numbers, and to make sure we have enough tickets for people to come, because it sold out not once but twice. We did add a bunch of new tickets, and it sold out within, I don't know, 45 minutes or something. So it was quite humbling.
the food was amazing. Honestly, it was like, wow. Okay, so what inspired you to do this event?
So this is the second year that I've done it. Last year we had our clients come to us that were booking travel with us, and we have private tours that we take throughout the year. So we take guests with us, and then we plan private trips for people. And this is all to Italy. I only specialize in Italy, and we also do private dinners, that kind of stuff in the Toronto area. And what inspired it started with the clients were just asking us, what do we wear? What do we pack? And through that, we decided that we would do like a little fashion show. So last year, I think we were like 90 women. It was very small, very contained. It was at a nice golf course up here in King. And then this year, when I was sitting down and thinking about it, because I got a lot of requests to do it again, I decided that it was really time to, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to sort of the desire to celebrate the beauty of the Italian culture through food, fashion, art, as you saw, music, and really almost like a love letter to our heritage, and a platform to support a meaningful cause. And this year, our charity partner was Waves of Change for Autism, which we gladly partnered up with for this particular show. And so it kind of just started like that, and that's the inspiration, I guess, for 2025.
I really loved it because you had the Italian coffee, which is the espresso, and then you had the drinks that are very Italian. I think the Capri,
Limoncello spritz.
the Mintellos, the
Yeah.
lemon cellos or whatever. It was really catered to that. You had the cheese, the Parmesan cheese, like the big
the live
big
stage.
piece of cheese that people would actually grate off, right? Which
Right.
was
Yeah.
authentic to your culture.
Yeah.
Um, so that was a really great statement. And then the travel, like the traveling, the background of different locations when the
Yeah.
models came out geared towards different travel areas.
Yes.
Um, and they weren't really models. Some of them weren't models, right? So,
I think so. We had 24 models, including
mhm.
children and men this year. Like I mentioned, last year was just a women's show, but we had men actually attend and a few younger people, mostly women. And this year on stage, we had women, men, and children, and there was 24 volunteer models, and out of that 24, one was a professional model. So these are everyday people, different shapes and sizes that were giving back to community. And they were wonderful. They were wonderful to work with. I know they got a lot out of it just personally for different reasons. They volunteered, but everyone was just amazing. Honestly, they were wonderful.
That's what I loved most. I think adding men to the section, a lot of women were applauding. And then,
We had some good men out there. We definitely
right? And then having the children out, right? Like
yes.
when you did the flags, you brought the flags out, which was really,
Yes,
you
so
know,
we did a lot of a few scenes. I think with the flags, might be referring to the Ferrari scene. We did like if you were to go watch the Ferrari race in Italy, what would you wear? So we did start with one of the Ferrari flags come out with the kids, yeah, coming to get the crowd going, as well as of course soccer. Everyone knows Italians and they love soccer. It's like a religion to them, and so the kids participated in all of that. Listen, people travel with children. So,
yeah.
we're not just, everyone's just not 30 something or 40 something traveling it on their own. They're traveling with families. There's generational travel, solo travel. So we wanted to capture that on the runway, and it was fun. And I think we did it.
You did, you did. So, how long have you been organizing events? Is this the only event that you've done? Have you done other
So
events?
I feel like if you come from the Italian culture, you organize events from being a child, as young as childhood. But I've always had a passion for organizing events in general. In the travel space, my background is corporate, and I returned into the travel space a few years ago. So my private dinners, they're just elevated, but they could be a Sunday dinner at home with the family, the large Italian family. And then of course the fashion show. I do want to say that yes, I am the founder and the leader and all that good stuff, but I don't do this alone. I definitely have a great team behind me, with me, that walk with me, and this is not a one woman show, that's for sure. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, for the event itself and the location was superb. Like honestly, kudos to the event space. It
Yes,
really marked this spot
yes,
of luxury, which you wanted to gear, right?
sure.
Um, so, what was the biggest highlight of the event?
Oh, well, there were a couple, to be honest with you. I think the first thing that comes to mind when you ask me that, so when everyone was sitting down and I think we were just getting started, I peeked out. I was behind the scenes making sure everybody was getting on stage properly and on time. And I just felt this wave of energy from the people in the audience, excited for everything to start. There was a little music playing. And I actually got a little teary eyed where the MCs were like, "Are you okay?" And I said, I'm just like a little overwhelmed with goodness, of course.
Mhm.
So that was sort of a little bit of it started a little bit of a highlight. Of course, I mean, what can I say? With Roberto singing a few songs in the reception area, he's an ambassador from Waves of Change. So, I mean, it was great to hear him sing a few of his songs. And then, of course, the opera singer Lucia. I mean, Cesaroni. She's a world renowned opera singer, and she just took the house down. I mean, you couldn't hear a pin drop, and it was amazing. She was really good, and I think you know, I mean, one of the other highlights really was the formal gown that came at the end. At
Oh,
the
beautiful! Yes.
she came at the end, and she had this beautiful Antonetta Catenacci from her personal collection that she just featured in 2025, and we were one of the first fashion shows to actually have it out there on the runway. So that was a nice highlight as well. What was your highlight? You were there. You were in the audience. I was behind stage.
I think it was the backdrops of different locations. Like you made it authentic to cover, and they kind of gave you a highlight bio of locations, and then you had them walk in the attire of what would be typical for you to wear for if you're traveling there. So it
Right.
kind of helped people, if they were going on vacation, what to take with them so that they would look snoozy and good, right? So yeah, I think that, and I love the kids. I love the father coming up with his son.
Yes.
Just showing the family life on the runway was really cute too. I think
Yeah.
that was very authentic
Yeah.
to it.
I think the models had a lot of fun. The direction backstage stage was, we're here. Everyone knows you're a volunteer. Just get out there, make contact with people, enjoy the music, and enjoy the moment. And I think they really did. When I look back at the videos and stuff, everybody really brought it. Like every single one of them did a great job.
Another thing that really highlighted my I like the proposal part. Like you
Oh,
started
the
a wedding
story.
part,
Yes,
the
yes,
proposal, and at the end they were actually getting married. So that was
right.
kind of cute. Like you you incorporate everyone on the stage there, which was really nice.
Right. So
Yeah.
for the audience that maybe weren't at the show, maybe I can share with them that we started with arriving in Rome. Guests arriving in Rome, visitors, and one of the visitors was a couple that ended up getting engaged in front of the Spanish Steps, of course, and then we ended with them getting married. Who came out with the bride came out with a wedding gown and all that good stuff. So we wanted to just tell the story
Yeah.
of this particular couple that arrived in Italy and left married. They arrived and they got engaged and they left married. So it
It
was
was
just,
really cute. I love that part of it. So, as an organizer of events, I know it takes a lot of work and multiple event networking and
yeah.
whatsoever. So, what can you give some advice to others that are tackling these type of events so that they can get organized and have events as successful as
Yeah.
yours?
So the first thing I definitely would say is start ASAP. The time just flies by there, and there's so many details when you're putting on such a show, like a fashion show, because like it wasn't just a fashion show for us, right? We had like a networking, entertainment thing happening before the fashion show started, and then after the fashion show, we also had another networking, coffee, and door prizes event happening after. So there was three major things happening, and it requires time to think about it and actually plan it all out. The one thing I would do is get yourself a committee that really is there for the right reasons and wants this to be successful. Having the right people on your side when you're doing such a large event like this is imperative. Um,
Mhm.
that's for sure. And also, nothing comes for free. So you need to really get sponsors out there and, of course, sell your tickets. That's sort of the highlights, I think, to start getting on working on, I guess.
I know. And I think the most satisfying part is having a successful event and having it over. How did you feel the next day when it was all done?
Okay, so I think 2 days later, I left for Sicily because I had a trip planned. I had to go meet clients in Sicily for 10 days. So it didn't really hit me till I got on the plane, to be honest with you. It went by so fast. And then when I started to read my emails and my texts and my DMs and all this stuff and started to see pictures, I'm sure that you were part of, the social media part. It just went crazy. Like everybody was posting. There was over 300 people there, and everybody just kept posting and posting and posting. And I was like, oh my god, like people really enjoyed it. So I think it didn't hit me for 3 or 4 days, definitely. And then after about a week or two, when I thought it was quieting down, I started to get emails from vendors and from sponsors and people wanting to be involved next year. And when's next year's? And can we be involved? And can we help? Or can we showcase our clothing? So then I kind of had to step back, going, wow, it really was a great show. I mean, when you're in it, you don't really realize it because you're working. But yeah, I think that it started a couple days after, and it did linger for quite a few weeks. And I say this, and yesterday I was out scouting locations and stuff because we have booked it for next year. We just haven't. We're going to start with the details, I guess, in the next few months.
Yeah, that's great. And how long did you promote this event for so that you can kind of give an idea to other people that are organizing
Yeah,
events?
so our event was April 30th, and I think we started promoting the end of January, like coming soon, that kind of stuff. And I believe we might have started selling tickets in February.
That's
But
amazing.
I find that the first few weeks was kind of slow, and I don't know if it was because of the time of the year. It's the winter; people are not really thinking what they're going to do in the springtime. But then, yeah, by the end of February, all of a sudden it was started to, it was sold out, and I had to find more tickets and that kind of stuff. So, but it started to pick up.
Yeah, it was Full House, which was
That was,
amazing. I think it has been one of my favorite fashion shows I've gone to,
oh, thank you.
and I've gone to a lot. So I every week I'm going somewhere. So
Yeah.
they're booking me on something. So I love this one. Okay, so do you have someone that you want to give a particular shout out to, or um,
Well, you know what? I like first of all, I'd like to thank my team because these are volunteers, right? These are busy women and men who have full-time jobs and families and are jumping on Zoom calls with me, staying up till 2 in the morning, making sure we have everything done, stuffing gift bags and all that stuff, and making sure chairs are in proper order and all that. So I definitely want to thank, there was Rosa and Rosalina and Amy and Catherine G and then Catherine K, Sophia, of course, all our talented glam team that came out, our hair and makeup. I think our models looked amazing.
beautiful?
Of course, the designers, and a little special shout out to our fabulous MCs, Tony and Romina Monaco. I mean, I think they were just great and had the crowd going. And
Hmm.
really, even like the vendors that just really showcased their work, and their products and stuff, and really made people happy and enjoyed their shopping experience.
Love that. Yeah, I think it was well organized. Honestly, everyone looked like they were. Even when you spoke on the stage,
Oh,
you gave everyone a thank you and applauded everyone because it was a teamwork. Even the models, like
absolutely.
they all came out at the end. It was that excitement, the kids and everything.
Yeah.
Um, when is the next one? Are you planning a next event?
Yes. So we're going to do a fashion show. So I'm traveling this year because I have a bunch of groups that I'm taking to Italy. So we won't be doing any more events this year, but we will have a fashion show next year on April 22nd. It is a Wednesday. We're just confirming details. So for those of you that are interested, just follow us on Instagram. My Instagram's pretty active. And I'm obviously on Facebook, LinkedIn, and my website. And if people want to stay informed, just go on my website and register, and you'll get all the updates right into your mailbox.
And I will put it on the comments there how to get to you so that people are reaching out if you want to be a sponsor. Because for these events, it's really crucial that we have sponsors, and especially if it's a charity event. A lot of it goes to the charity. So
Yes,
just
yeah, we were able to give a nice donation to the charity, and they were very thankful. And this really is charity. Like, this is not about making money on my end. This is about showcasing my business, obviously, which that happens during the event. But it really is about giving back and celebrating just the Italian culture. And I'm so glad you asked me to join you tonight, because June is Italian Heritage Month. So it's kind of nice to talk about the Italian heritage online with you, and what we did just a few months ago.
I love that. Yes, we have been promoting the events. I think the film festival is going to be coming up, the
Coming up,
Italian Film Festival too.
yeah,
And there is the Italian area in Toronto, right? I think it was St. Clair. Was
yeah.
it St. Clair?
I think there's college too, Little Italy,
College,
right down by
Little Italy.
Chin is
Yeah.
doing a bunch of stuff down there as well. Absolutely,
Yeah. So everything's starting now. So a great time to get people involved.
yeah,
Please speak to Filomena if you want to get involved next year. It does take a long planning, as she's described. And
yes.
honestly, it's a worthwhile cause, and it was a fabulous event. It really made me feel like I was traveling to another location, which is very
Oh,
superb
thanks,
on
Susie.
that end. So I think a shout out goes to you. And
Thanks.
I want to nominate you for Women of Influence. We normally have a nomination going on January and February, so I will send you the link. and I will be nominating you because I
Oh
love
my
what you
gosh.
guys did and
Thank you.
giving back to a great cause and a charity that really touches my heart.
Okay.
And thank you. Thank you so much for letting Biz Fashion be part of it.
No.
We really loved it. Get the publication. We did issue I think it was 15 pages
Yes.
in there of the event. I think we tried to capture all the models because it takes time. No one knows how much work it is
No.
as a model and as an organizer to do
Yes.
these things. And we're
That's
running around going crazy, and sometimes we don't look the best because we're running around taking care of everything else, so we have to put some time for ourselves. So I
absolutely.
understand that
Yeah.
totally. And with the models itself, they're there early in the morning getting ready with makeup, hair, until the fashion show comes out. So yeah.
And taking
So
lots of orders, lift this, put that up, turn around, unzip this, zip that. Like
yeah,
there's
my hair, my makeup, do a touch up. Yeah, come out, come
right? Don't
change
flip it
again.
out because it's going to wrinkle the dress. Don't touch that because that dress costs thousands of dollars, and if it rips, we're in trouble. All kinds of stuff happens behind the scenes. But the models were like, they were amazing, and we do get a lot of feedback from our guests that come that they really appreciate seeing people that look like them on stage.
Yes, true.
And I think that was very heartwarming for all of us, and I'm determined that even if we sprinkle, as I say, a few of professional models, because there's certain dresses and looks and things that a professional model can obviously carry, right? Like the beautiful gown that we had on
Mhm.
display, the showcase on that one, and but all the other ones are going to be everyday people. So I'm really excited to keep that tradition that I started, and I'm glad that the audience is enjoying it.
Well, thank you so much for being our guest in Biz Fashion. Biz Fashion was delighted to be there. I am going to show off the video of the publication that we did for you guys, and I'm so glad we got to speak about it again and connect, because it's the after effect of the event that really is significant. So
Thank
thank
you.
you.
And
Great job, Filomena, and your team. Keep
yeah,
it up. I can't wait to be at the next one, hopefully.
great.
And look out for Filomena.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye bye.
Bye. Put the volume on. So this is a bit about the event that we captured on Biz Fashion. You can pick up the magazine. It was in our April issue, so we wanted to do it crucial to having it with the same time period of the event itself, and we promised that to Filomena. And we tried to capture all of the models that was part of it. And my video just stopped.
Oh no.
So let's start this again. You know what? I put the volume down. Yeah, so there you are. So yeah, so pick up Biz Fashion. You can capture it all. You can read about it. We tried to get the audience members, all models that were on there, some of the guest people that were there. Check it out. Filomena's bio's on there. And yeah, if you want to get involved, please connect with Filomena. I will put her link at the end of the show, and stay blessed and get out there. Yeah, go to the Italian festival. Why not? Try some vino.
Welcome everybody. Everybody
Yes, yes.
for this month for sure.
Thank you. Stay